Welcome back, and thank you so much for staying with us, everyone. We have been talking about the fight against corruption. Well, Mr. Ken Okoligbo has been talking to us, and we're still expecting Loretta Onoche from the Buhari support group. Well, a lot of people seem to be having different reactions, and the belief is that the judiciary, especially the bench, is a sacred arm of government which should be respected, and the way and manner in which they've been handled, some people have had objections to. Do you have any objection to what the DSS did? For example, we understand at some point that doors were broken and all of that. Would you subscribe that, well, fighting corruption may be good, but do you think that the manner in which they went about it was okay?
Well, the judges don't have immunity. We all know that. But I don't know at what point they had to break the doors. That's why I said I'm very much against the timing. The timing was what would have resulted in you breaking the door. But if you go to somebody's house at 6 a.m. in the morning, he's duty bound to open the doors. But by the time you get to somebody's house at 1 a.m. in the morning and you're saying you're the police, how does he even know you're the police? You're all gone tooting, and he doesn't even know he has been invited before. Don't forget that we saw the police that arrested the 9 kidnappers, alleged kidnappers, or people that kidnapped Emefiele's wife. And you saw the huge cash that was recovered by the police. I don't see why we don't even have belief in the Nigerian police force. The Nigerian police force is saddled with investigating
corruption. You think
corruption.
The police should have handled it?
Yes, the police should have been able to handle it.
What if the police do not have the kind of intelligence and information to act on this kind of...
There's this guy called Abakiari. He's now an assistant commissioner of police. I think that's one of the finest officers we have in the whole of West Africa, if not Africa. He has busted almost every kidnap. In fact, kidnap is supposed to be one of the duties of the DSS, not even the police, so to say. It's even more of the duty of the DSS to investigate kidnap. But Abakari, who is a member of the Inspector General's team, has been able to, he carries out, his operations are even more than sting.
Do you think,
more than sting operations?
Do you think that the Buhari...
So somebody like Kyari not be vested with investigation of this kind of...
Do you think that the Buhari government's war
corruption
against corruption it's been fair so far?
Well, so far it's been more of the PDP than more of any other party. So a lot of people have seen it as not being fair. But in my own personal view, I saw Goje the other day being arraigned, who is the chairman of the appropriation committee in the Senate, and a former member of PDP, quite all right, who is now in the APC. And if you look at it from my own perspective, I wouldn't even say it is skewed, because for everybody that has been invited, they have had one reason or the other. But it's the modus operandi I quarrel with. It's the modus operandi.
All through the time that Buhari government has started.
Yes, the modus operandi has had issues. And we've not been able to have one conviction. We have not been able to have one conviction.
I understand.
We need to have one conviction to be able to show. It's 18 months down the line. His fight against corruption can be lauded, but we've not been able to have one conviction because the modus operandi has...
Let's quickly go to our Abuja studio now, because I understand that Loretta Onoche has since joined us from our Abuja studio. Many thanks for joining us. I understand that you were held up in traffic, but well, better late than never. Let's begin the conversation this way. Mr. Okoligbo believes that the manner in which the modus operandi, he calls it, of the DSS and some agencies of security have carried out the war against corruption has not been in the best manner. Some people would say the Buhari government's corruption war, anti-corruption war, is one-sided. But one will wonder, that is a spine in the Buhari government's mandate and what the government says it wants to do. This time around, do you think that what the DSS did was right?
Absolutely right. They did the right thing, because to arrest somebody, whether the person is a judge, a teacher, an armed robber, you have to use any way, any means legal to arrest such a one. Sting operations are known everywhere across the world. It is not new in Nigeria. It has been used to apprehend armed robbers. And if the DSS thought that that was the best way to apprehend the judges, I do not see anything wrong with it. What applies to ordinary Nigerians should apply to everyone. We shouldn't have rules and regulations for the elite And then we have another one for ordinary Nigerians. The DSS acted in good faith. They acted within the ambit of the law. And so, yes, what they did was absolutely right.
A lot of people will say it looks so much. What do you make of the separation, the issue of separation of powers? If these kind of people, perhaps we don't know the details of whether or not they were invited, but we understand that perhaps they had some form of warrant, maybe of arrest, of search. But again, one will wonder at that time of the night, especially when people are being robbed in their homes, and you knock on people's door and say you are from the DSS, some of them we understand were even masked. Is it the right way to go? We are not, some people will say we are not in a banana republic, for example.
It happens in the UK, it happens in America, it happens in every part of the world. And we have seen it happens even in Nigeria, except, of course, it hasn't been happening to our elite, the political elite, the judiciary, and those of them at the top. It has been happening to ordinary Nigerians. The police has used it to arrest people across the nation. Sting operations are known across the world. It is not a new thing. It is not something that started just 2 nights ago. It has been there, and it will still continue to be there.
You seem to be assured. I mean, you have some assurances that this will be there, and a lot of Nigerians will question that manner in which they operated. But again, a lot of people will say that the Buhari government has mouthed this issue of anti-corruption war. No real, no tangible convictions have been made since Buhari government got into power, and we say we're fighting corruption.
I'm glad you used the word tangible. EFCC alone has made at least 140 convictions, and at the last count a few days ago, 141. And the reason that we have not had these convictions have nothing to do with the executive. It is the role of the executive to investigate case and then to charge them to court. It is the duty. It is the role of the judiciary to make convictions. And I think we have not had these convictions because of what has been going on in the judiciary.
Right.
And I'm very glad that this situation, this sting operation
Loretta,
that has happened.
Many thanks. Unfortunately, maybe because we came quite late, let me allow Ken Okoligbo to round up his thoughts now, just in a few seconds. Which way do you think is best for us to go in fighting this corruption? Just in 30 seconds.
We should fight. We should give it a human face. We all condemn the corruption in the judiciary, and she keeps talking about the sting operation. But like I said, the police is capable, the EFCC is capable, but we should give it a human face so that we can get convictions.
All right.
140 convictions is not enough. Let's have convictions of those that are known. You understand what I'm trying to say? People who are being tried today, who are known faces.
All right. Thank you so much.
That's what we want to hear.
Ken Okoligbo, a member of the PDP, Loretta Onoche, a member of the Buhari support group. Many thanks for coming on the program. And that's our show for tonight. Many thanks for being part of it. I'm sure Kimale. Bye for now.